As a society, across the world, whatever nationality, whatever country we're in, we're obsessed with labels and this kind of inner desire to categorize people and put them into little boxes. I happen to want so many: disabled, Muslim, British, Arab, female. So many labels to have, yet at different times of my life, they struggle to cope with one another. For me, disability is the most obvious and visible part of me. And it's probably the one that's caused me the most struggle and led to many rejections being thrown my way. Disability was something that I never fully grasped until I came to the UK, and it was a label that I was unfamiliar with. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. I haven't worked out till now. So I was born in Mosul, Iraq, where I lived for the first 10 years of my life. A relatively happy childhood, where though I knew I was different to other children, but it didn't matter to me greatly. I guess because back then I never used a wheelchair. I was always on my airplane tricycle, which I think we have a picture of. So I was always on my airplane-shaped tricycle, which took me everywhere I wanted. I used to fall off this tricycle so many times during the day, but I always got back onto it, no matter how much I feared it and knew it would harm me. In fact, I still have bumps in my head from all the things I've had. But it was my only access to the world. Otherwise, what option do I have? Just stay on the floor. Even though my parents were given my diagnosis when I was 5, a wrong one at that, but it was clear that I wouldn't walk. Amongst my family and friends, the general feeling was that I would be cured and would be able to walk. I may have been different, but I was never disabled then. We had relatives who unfortunately lived on the same street, but who all had daughters at the same time as me. So it was impossible for Mum not to notice the way I was different, or with each milestone of their lives, not to compare the difference. That's plus the comments that she got, like old relatives telling her, all this hassle for this little thing. She felt guilty every time people made comments about me. But the whole time I didn't know about this, because she never told me that I was much older. I had no idea it was happening around me. So I was really protected. And she couldn't really escape it either, because I was enrolled in this school where she taught. So it was even worse, because it was her colleagues were making comments or who would look differently at me. But in spite of how different I was, she never really spoiled me. Mostly I was treated no different to my siblings. It's okay then, because my dad spoiled me rotten. And in a sense, the way he treated me to whatever I wanted made me realize that if I put my mind to it, I could get anything that I want, no matter what the situation was. Back then, my tricycle was my lifeline. I had convinced everyone that it was magical and could fly, but only if I was the pilot. After all, I was different. But the truth came out when kids from my preschool knocked me off the flying tricycle to have a go themselves. But when I landed on the floor, I couldn't get up, and everyone found out that I couldn't walk, and it was all a lie. Not one to shy away from the problems, my mother brought me back on the tricycle, despite my pleas not to. She made me face the kids, and I was crying and just feeling really shameful. And then there was my siblings, who were always there to help me experience what my physical limitation did not allow me to try on my own. My sister would carry me on her back and run around with, to make me feel what it's like to run or if we played hide and seek, she would piggyback me, put on her back and hide behind trees or whatever. And they never, the thing that I guess gave me a lot of confidence is that my siblings never rejected me and always introduced me to their friends, which makes a huge difference. To know that your family are not really, are not shameful of the way you are. They nurtured me and never allowed me to feel belittled or unable. So you can imagine the horrible disappointment I felt when I found out I hadn't been accepted in the school that both of my siblings were at, because basically the headmistress told my mum that they can't take me because of my disability. I'm not sure if I lowered the tone or whatever. It was a difficult time. I had to go to a new school on my own, no protection for my siblings, and I was out running my flying tricycle. My tricycle was replaced with a nanny. He would carry me to class and help me with my lunch and any physical aspect. This was the first taste of independence. Though my nanny was around, she would leave me in the classroom, although he came back at the end of the day to take me home. At school, I was given special privileges because I was different. I didn't have to stand in line every morning. I never had to go out and play with them when the weather was cold. And the best part was I got to choose 2 friends to stay indoors with me. This privilege made me very popular. When I got to the UK, I became more aware of how different I was. I joined a special needs school, where I was placed in a manual wheelchair straight away, and I hated it even more. I felt limited and I couldn't move easily, and I had to rely on others to push me. This was, I guess, the first time I felt isolated. I couldn't speak a word of English, and no one wanted to play with me. Instead, I took my toys to school to try and bribe them, but even that didn't work. I used to find a spot behind the tree where I could spend break time out of sight, and no one would know that was actually lovely. But it wasn't the incentive that I needed to learn English quickly. High school was the hardest time for me growing up. I was no longer protected from the comments people made about me, and it was made obvious to me that I was a nightmare scenario for some students. As we would go to class, people would tease me and say, "Oh, look, she's your girlfriend," and that would make the boys go crazy. I had never been more aware of how different I was until that point. But I had one thing going for me. I excelled at my schoolwork, and whereas normally I needed help and assistance, physical way, my day-to-day routine, at school, other people needed my help. It was my homework that people wanted to copy, and I was popular once again. High school was also difficult because I guess I became aware how different I was to everyone else. Some teachers expected me not to do well because I was disabled, and their comments made me conscious of my disability. I decided to follow my dream of acting and took up drama as a core subject, but I had learned previously that it can be done. But one incident changed my life and altered how I am to this day. The school bully who targeted disabled students. And one day he took my wheelchair from behind while I was skating with friends. Like during the tricycle incident, I wasn't physically hurt, but internally I was dying of embarrassment, anger, frustration. And sure enough, my confidence too. But I was determined to make him play, so I took his bed and replaced him. He was suspended for a few days, and he soon returned. He knew he could not mess with me, but he did not change and carried on bullying other disabled people. One of his victims developed severe depression and stopped coming to school. And I'm sure and he got away with his action because he wasn't punished enough. And I'm sure many still do, because to this day, disabled people are targeted simply for being disabled. Disability hate crime has been on the increase for the past few years. if you want to look it up. This one incident though left me too scared to leave the house by myself, and to this day I'm always accompanied by someone, today by my brother. Also, as a direct result, I decided to drop drama and take up French instead. I knew then all my acting skills had to be used in school and not on stage, as I was determined not to let anyone know how much the incident had affected me. But it was also during high school that I met my English teacher, Miss Decker, who I guess recognized the talent in me that I was unaware of. She planted a confidence that I had lost, a love of literature. And my views were encouraged, and analysis was taken seriously and debated every week. She would bring me books from her private library. She told me I could study at Oxford or Cambridge and analyze all the literature of the world. This made me happy, as it meant I could return to drama without actually acting. I cried the day I left high school, despite the negativity. I felt it was where I had really got to experience what life would be like and prepare me for what lay ahead. But university was where I learned that having the right support matters and helps you progress academically and personally. During my BA degree, master's, and first 2 years of PhD, I had 3 different note takers who all became my friends, and each one of them made me more independent, more confident, and a whole lot more daring. It was this support that led me to get a first for my degree, and it was John, my second note taker, who made me believe that I can get a first and can do masters, and encouraged me to do a PhD. But belief's not enough if you don't have the backing and support of your lecturers. Luckily for me, my supervisor was the late Lisa Jardine, who is well known for her courage, feminism, and the passion to always challenge the established rules. She loved the fact that I was one of the first disabled female students in the department, and she wanted me to succeed, and so convinced the team of our department that I should do my exams at home, as it's more comfortable physically. And I did that, and made sure her faith in me was not unfounded. Fear of going out into the big bad world and working was something I had to contend with. Penny, my note taker, encouraged me to use my strength to help others and took me to a migrant resource center where I started teaching English. She helped me with something else that was vital to me. Muscular dystrophy, the condition that I have, has left me unable to move independently when I was younger. And no matter how much discomfort I felt, I would never ask for help. It was too embarrassing. Weird. After all, I'm no different to anyone else, and I didn't want to show it. Penny forced me to change. She gave me the courage to ask people for help if I needed it. So yes, if you're out with me, then be ready to help me move my feet, or at least carry my wallet, as long as you give it back. Ultimately, when you're physically limited, then it's often the people around you who affect you and what you can do and experience. My doctor recently told me that your disability situation isn't a problem, it's just that you haven't found the right doctors to help you deal with the complications.